Hey guys, we're doing a segment on the Quintessential Quintuplets and the different waifu decks you can make out of the series. So we do have 4 links in the description for the other decks. We've got Victor with us again today.
Hello.
And we're going to be looking at Miku in this video here. And so going straight into it, looking at the level 1 combo you're likely playing in your Miku waifu deck. It's a 4K base that gains 500 per each quintuplet character, which is the overall main trait in the set. It has a climax combo with the gate that when it is placed in the climax zone, you can salvage the headphone event, which is in the center of the slide here. You have to have another quintuplet character to do that, and you can either search or salvage the event, just like the Goblin Slayer combo or the Sachi's Cooking event in Grisaya.
The event is a counterstep event. You reveal the top of your deck. You salvage a quintuplets character with a level less than or equal to lower than the card's revealed level. One thing you'll notice about the Miku deck is we've gone back to the theme of centering the character around a specific type of climax in our deck. Miku cares about gates and only gates.
This combo is unfortunately decidedly weaker in my opinion than the previously mentioned combos that grabbed events on climax placement. Goblin Slayer actually does it on attack, sorry about that. But where this one doesn't quite mill, it's slightly limited. However, you'll see, and we'll talk about one card specifically, where playing the event causes effects to trigger for Miku. So you do want to be lookout for those cards when you're building the deck.
For level 3, there's our double R+, on-play heals, and it has a climax combo again with the gate, as is the theme with Miku. On attack, with the gate in the climax zone and another quintuplet character, you can pay 1 to do 2 things. You mill the bottom 2 cards of your opponent's deck, you deal X damage, where X is the number of climaxes you mill, and then you look at the top 2 cards of their deck, choose as many of those as you want to put in the waiting room, and put the rest on top in the order you choose. So she takes some damage off the top and some damage off the bottom.
Oh, you're looking to take the climaxes off the top of the deck. And hopefully milling those climaxes from the bottom. This card is probably the best finisher in general in the set, in my opinion. The Ichika 3-2 is the other really good finisher. But to me, to be able to do like a mini Icy Tail followed by a Mocha effect is really good. I do want to apologize if there's any translation issues. I did do these slides before Heart of the Cards had anything up, even though we're probably posting these videos on Friday. So do give some sort of leeway if I did mess up any of these translations. But yeah, this is a really good card, huh?
Yeah, being able to take any climaxes off their top 2 when you attack is the real scary part of Mocha from Bang Dream. Mocha also lets you look at your top 2 cards, but the more important part is taking the climaxes off the top of theirs, making sure you get your damage in.
I hate that card, Mocha. Like, I just died at that all the time, so it'll be really interesting playing against that.
Yep. Moving into the Brainstorm, we can see that this Brainstorm only works if you hit any gates off of it. It's a rest self search Brainstorm, and then when you play a gate from your hand in the climax zone, it gives your characters an extra 500 power. So it turns your gate into from a 1k one to a 1500 one.
I think that's really interesting. I don't remember any other Brainstorm with this kind of archetype where they just pump 500 to everything. Do you?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, so it makes your climax combo 7 5s, which is pretty good. So if you're running 8 gates, definitely a Brainstorm that you want to be playing. This is one of those cards I was referencing that works with events. But firstly, it's a level assist, only for Miku named characters, however. And then once per turn, when you play an event, you get to look at the top 2 cards of your deck and then put them back in any order. So with the headphones event, which is a counter, you can do this on the opponent's turn. So not only do you get to order the cards to see what you would like to salvage, so you can set the level depending on what the top 2 cards present you. You could also try to stack a cancel on top or 2 below if they're swinging in for 2. It also has a really interesting effect as well that helps with the gates.
Yeah, it has the effect that you normally see on a lot of the treasure support. When you trigger a gate, you can discard a card. If you do, choose a card in your clock, add it to hand, and then put the top card of your deck into your clock. This card is basically the perfect description of what the Miku deck is. It cares about you triggering gates, it cares about you playing events, and it cares about Miku in name for her level assist. It's basically everything that she does wrapped up into one card.
Yeah, I think it's really good. Yeah, and apparently we're in green with all the clock swapping. But and then the last card that we've picked out of the 5 bones for this deck is a TD card. When it comes into play from your hand, you get to search your deck for a quintuplet character, so you can search out your combo. And then really good synergy with your finisher. This has an icy tail effect, so when it attacks, you get to pay 2 and discard a card to mill the bottom 4 cards of the opponent's deck, and then burn them for X, where X is the number of climax cards. And then this card gains 1k for the turn.
Yeah, with both of the finishers combined, the climax combo and this mill 4 icy tail, the Miku deck does a very good job of punishing compression decks by removing climaxes from the top of their deck that they want to cancel with, removing climaxes from the bottom of their deck, and then forcing them to refresh faster to maybe get that extra uncancelable damage you might need to win the game.
Yeah, I think that this suite of finishers is really good. I just wish the level 1 that Miku had gotten had like a better event. It would definitely have catapulted my evaluation of her waifu deck. I currently think of this as like the second best. I don't know if you think the same.
I think I would put Miku at a solid number 2. If her level 1 climax combo, specifically the event, offered some extra mill or a different kind of utility, maybe even power to go with your 6k cross-turn Mikus, then she would probably be closer to number 1, having the better finishers. But I think the overall flow of the Ichigo deck puts it at a higher ranking.
Yep, so this concludes the video for the Miku waifu bones. Thank you again for watching. We do have 4 other videos, as mentioned before, in the description for the other girls, so if you're interested in those, check them out. And thank you all for watching again.